Kia ora and hello from Hutan Pantai. It's an early morning start we have. Fortunately the dealer opens up early. We have a whole lot of hay and a whole lot of silage to collect. So we'll have a wander through the field. So off camera I finished off the windrowing and we created some long lines of hay and grass ready to make silage and hay bales for the cattle that we're going to get. So I'm going to try something a bit different. I know in FS22 if you had a forage wagon with silage additive it would give you, I think it's 5% extra in silage, and if you put it through the Goweil stationary baler it would add another 5% on. I don't know if that is the case. I might have to do some testing. There's a couple of grass myths that we need to check out. So I might have to do a special episode where we check these out and just see. Because I want to check and see if, you know, letting the grass grow longer since the update increases the yield. And I want to do the check to see if buying the stationary wagon baler, and the forage wagon can increase the yield of the grass. But anyway, I'm going to go with the idea that that is the case still. So I'm going to lease the stationary baler. I know it's quite expensive, but I think it'll be worth it. I'm going to lease the stationary baler and put some silage additive into it. And I'm going to lease a forage wagon with some silage additive as well. And it'll be interesting to see. So I think the first thing we'll do is we might buy some silage additive if we can find it. I wonder if it's under pallets. Let's have a look. Square bale times, silage additive. Here we go. So let's buy. We'll buy a couple. Okay, and let's lease the Goweil Master, and yes, we want silage and we want turning. So let's lease that. Yes, okay. So that should be sitting there. Let's go and load it up with silage additive. And we'll take it back to the farm and then we'll come back and collect a forage wagon. So these are quite neat machines to watch. I watched a YouTube video which showed, yeah, I might might put the other one in there actually. I might put 120 litres in. Not sure how much we'll need. I saw a YouTube video with these running and they were using forage wagons to fill it up, so this is how they're really used in real life. So we'll just fill this up, put in maybe 120 litres of silage additive. Here we go, and we'll take this back to the farm. And we'll get it set up. This is really another machine that works well in multiplayer. You've got multiple people working, because this machine it tips out the finished bale. It needs to be removed so that the next bale can come out when it's completed. So you sort of need someone working on it full time just to move the bale from the machine to bale storage. Now, of course, I'm not in a multiplayer. I'm not sure how a multiplayer will work on this system. I feel like the OBS is pushing it to its limit as it is. So the plan here is to line this up so we'll drop that off. Grab the little tractor, the little Massey, take the weight off the back, the idea will be to run the baler with the Massey and I've set up a tarpaulin here. What I'm hoping we can do is I'm hoping we can set up the baler to feed into the tarpaulin. Feeding into the tarpaulin. See if we can unfold it. Okay, that's looking good. So let's change bale size to the largest it can do, 150. Bale counter is reset. So let's up out of there. Let's go back and lease ourselves a forage wagon. So there's not much sense in leasing a large forage wagon because the hopper of the baler is only about 20,000 litres. So if you go there with, 40, 50,000 litres of grass in it, or hay for that matter, because we'll use it to bale the hay as well. If you go there with that much, then you're just actually sitting around waiting for the hopper to empty. So I'm going to pick up one of the small ones. So let's have a look here. So we'll grab the silage additive. So this could be a complete waste of time. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yeah, we'll find out. I'll do some testing because I don't think anyone has tested that yet. If they have, let me know in the comments where that video might be. But I don't recall seeing it anywhere. So I'm now going to hire the Pottinger Faro 4010D, which has a capacity of 26 cubic meters. And we're going to add a silage tank, and we're going to lease that. Yes. Okay. And we'll go back. We'll go and collect it. Right, so our $1 million has gone down. But that's okay. We've got some pallets that we need to sell soon anyway. So, and we've got all that lettuce that. Okay, so this only takes 10,000 litres. So, okay, we've got quite a bit left over there. Righto. So it's going to be interesting to see how we go. So let's head off and start picking up the grass. And we'll see how we go. So how's everyone's day been? For me, it's Friday evening, and for many it was the last day of work for the Christmas holidays. Most places around here are actually closing down on the Monday and Tuesday, but I won't be able to. I will actually be working. So I will be working Monday and Tuesday, but I will be getting the stats off. Okay. So that's going, and let's collect. Now I have got the mod which makes the pickup a little bit wider. Not dramatically wider, but wide enough that these wider windrows can actually be picked up without leaving anything behind. So that's actually quite good. Now I think there was some new mods dropped today. So that was interesting to see. What did we get? I think we got the Advant, straighten up, the Advant front loader with different attachments. Haven't actually loaded it up to see where what the different attachments are, but it was a fun little loader. And we've got a Fendt Vario 700, so there's a few of those coming through now. So So let's reverse up to the hopper. Sorry, it's just easier to reverse in third person view. Use the drone camera. Okay, so we should be able to back in there. It'll give us the indicator to tip the grass in. Now the machine isn't turned on yet, so we'll go and turn it on. Check the fuel. Yes, we've got plenty of fuel in this, so that's good. So let's fire that up. You can see how the grass is getting taken from the hopper up into the bale press. And so it's already completed a bale. Oh, okay. So it looks like we're a bit too close. So let's... Okay, everybody close their eyes. I want you to see this. Okay, let's see how that goes. We want the bale to stay out of the collection zone. Until such time as it gets wrapped. Okay, so it gets wrapped. Bale gets tipped into the collection zone. There we go, that's better. Okay, so we've got a grass bale in there that we'll sort out one day. Let's see about tipping the rest of this grass in. And it is now all tipped in. So let's go back and start picking up some more grass. So it will be interesting to see how many bales we get out of this. And like I said, I think I will have to do some testing just to see if it does make a difference having the silage additive twice. Of course, in real life, adding silage additive twice is probably detrimental to the cattle. I'm not sure, but you don't really hear of farmers adding it twice, do you? You know, they put it into their forage harvester and pick it up there, and yeah, you know, you don't see them double dipping. So I'm picking that in theory it shouldn't work that way, but I know in FS22 it did, so I'm working on that theory at the moment. Okay, so yeah, while we're doing that, let's look at some of the mods again. At the John Deere, is that a harvesting cutter bar? A little Pego 8, which they've added a tow bar to, and they've got the trailer. They've got a picture of it with a trailer attached to it. It's sort of like a poor little thing. That would be the tail wagging the dog. I tell you what, you wouldn't want to put too much weight on that trailer. It would just push the little thing all over the place. So yeah, probably not a good idea if you want to play realistically. So let's load this up, and it should start up straight away. Right, ready to go again. So what else have we got? A little baler, class roller mat, another trailer, some auto load forestry trailers. PC only though, I'm afraid. The small cattle trailer. I know there's some farmers that like to have the smaller cattle trailers and just move one or two around. I guess especially in the European maps, that's quite a thing for farmers to only have one or two cows, I believe. Whereas where I live, it's 200 to 300 cows. That's what farmers have around here. So there was a snow plough, the smaller trailer. Okay, let's head back. Now I might just jump out and see if he's done anything with this field yet. No, it doesn't look like he's done anything with it yet. Like I say, I'm hoping it'll be a straw crop, but if it isn't, we can sell it and we can probably buy straw. We need straw for the cattle, for bedding, and to fill out the TMR mix with the silage and the hay. You can make TMR with just silage and hay, but if we do get the auto feeder, that requires all four parts of the TMR: the silage, the hay, the straw, and the mineral feed. And yeah, people don't use mineral feed when they're manually mixing TMR because it doesn't seem to do anything additional to the game. It's just an extra cost, an extra thing, and people just don't use it. I guess if you're using the auto feeder machine, then you do need it. But I think it's a shame that mineral feed doesn't give a slight boost to milk productivity or something like that. You think that could be an option, but they didn't seem to make it that. So let's have a look while it's doing that. Looks like there was a pear cultivator, a few cultivators, a plough. Looks like there was a a side verge mower. So here we go. I'll go and get the next load. So like I say, because it's only a 20,000 litre hopper in the baler, it's no sense having a big huge forage wagon. So I think this is going quite well. So I don't think we're going to get any more updates until possibly the new year. Which is a shame that they haven't fixed some of the glaringly obvious things that I thought they might have fixed in the first update. We had that chicken coop which they fixed by basically taking away the markers and just putting junk around it, and sort of like, it's not a chicken coop anymore. This is not the chicken coop you were looking for. So they fixed that, but they didn't fix the stones coming out of the dredge, and yeah, I think that really needed to be fixed, because it is part of the whole gameplay, isn't it? Taking stones from that and feeding it into the cement factory. That was something I saw too that got dropped in the mod hub. There was a lime factory where you put stones in and end up with lime. Oh, it's filled up already. Okay. That would have been absolutely brilliant for here, but it's just too big. Something a bit smaller would have been nice for my gameplay. Nothing wrong with a big machine, big factory. I'm guessing it's probably a little bit more realistic, but for this gameplay, a smaller one would have been good. So I might look at the little debris crusher and just see what that is all about. As far as I know, a debris crusher just buys the stones. You drop the stones off and they pay you for it. So what's the difference between the big one and the small one? Why would you pay extra for a big one? Maybe that's another video I can do. Just add it to the list. So I have taken some of the funny moments and not so funny, it's just some of the awe-inspiring moments as well from this series, and I've put them into shorts. If you're interested in having a look at shorts, have a look for those. Right, ready to go again. So we're not really messing around. It's like it's pushing along quite quickly. Yeah, so there's also a roller, which might work a bit better than the default roller. I wasn't keen on that one. It just didn't seem right. I couldn't actually find a video of it working in the wild, but it just seemed odd that the wheels would drag along the ground. You know, that to me, the wheels would just dig in, and it just didn't seem right to me that they had it set up like that. The wheels just dragged. Like I said, I couldn't find a video of it to see if that's what it was like in real life. Oh, all done. Let's go and drop this off. So I hope you've been able to look at this little setup and think, oh, that works. I might try that myself. The baler definitely is an investment. Yeah, like I say, I might do a video where I do some grass testing, and you know, we'll find out if the second cut has improved the yield, or if it's the same. Well, not second cut, but second stage of growth, sorry. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We might just do this, but I might do it with a smaller plot of land. Yeah, so this sort of emulates having someone sitting next to the baler with a, you know, bale floor, and you know, picking up the bales as they get tipped off and putting them into storage, getting them out of the way, which is something that you just, yeah, it's good for multiplayer, but if you're on single player, you've got to come up with sort of something on your own where, you know, you've got a worker doing its thing. Now in FS19 there was a mod called the Contractor mod. I know he had it in FS22, but it sort of never really got finished. I think a lot of people used it though. But that was quite good because, yeah, you could basically have a number of different workers and they would stay the same. And you could name them, and yeah, you couldn't just hire a worker, you'd have to have one of these guys in the vehicle to be able to work it, which was really good. You know, in FS19 I would sort of emulate having a family, having the family working on the farm, you know, and it worked really well for that, but I never used it much in FS22. Like I say, and I could be totally wrong there with that. All credit to I think it's Yumi who did the mod. Yeah, he did a fantastic job, and I don't want to say that he left it unfinished. It may have been finished and I just didn't use it. And if that is the case, then, you know, I apologise now for not using it. But I do mainly prefer to use ModHub mods rather than third party. There was a couple of third party mods that I would use. One of them was the 1950s Ford utility. Yeah, it was just nice, and I am partial to the Ford Motor Company brand of vehicles. Where I come from, when I grew up, there were two types of people: those that supported Holden and those that supported Ford. And I was definitely in the Ford camp. And so, to have the older equipment like that, even though it was just American, but it was still neat to have. So I did download that from a third party. OK Youth Mods was the actual guy. He does quite good work. I don't think he's released anything for FS 25 yet, but I know he did have some mods coming on FS 22 that went into Mod Hub, mainly buildings, but yeah, they were very good buildings. So I hope he brings some of it back for FS 25. I'm hoping I think it was a Ford Ranchero utility. I hope he can bring that back as well. There was also a Ford truck that he had that was quite neat. It was actually the first truck I brought on Griffin, Indiana, so that I could cart my lettuces from the hothouses I built. I did a start from scratch in that one, and started with absolutely nothing. Rented a motel for a few nights, and then went to the caravan park, and then purchased some land and built a contracting yard, and basically stayed in the contracting yard for a little while, and then brought some land next to the contracting yard and built a house. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I spent a bit of time on Griffin, Indiana. I see Scroft released a video today about Oxygen David's Calmston Farm. So that's another one that I'm definitely looking forward to. I know I'm doing one on the frontier, and which is very similar to No Man's Land. And you can definitely use your imagination with those maps, but I'm just not. Comparing it to something like a busy map like Oxygen David does, with Calmston, and I was just looking at the cinematic. He's got a lot of water that you can drive through, streams that you can drive through, and with the water physics, he's definitely got that down pat. He's got sort of the terrain deformation and mud. Looks like not too sure, but it almost looked like he'd tweaked it so that if you're driving through mud, the terrain deformed a lot more. So he seemed to have tweaked that, which doesn't surprise me. He's extremely talented map maker. I know one of the first maps I played on FS19 was one of his maps, and really enjoyed that. So I am looking forward to Calmston Farm. I enjoyed Calmston Farm, so looking forward to see how that goes. So they're saying they're looking at having it coming out early in 2025, so I'm guessing he'll try and get it into Mod Hub and testing. excuse me, when he comes back, or when Giants get back from their break. And I think, let's face it, their break is well deserved. I think they worked hard to look at the issues and to fix some of the issues. I would say that there are some issues that I was surprised haven't been fixed yet, but yeah, I think they still worked hard, and I think they are one of the better companies out there. I'll put it that way. I trust them more than I do trust other companies. There are definitely some companies that I won't pre-purchase. Never again. But Giants was definitely one that I pre-purchased, and was happy to do so. And I haven't regretted it, even this one. Little glitches, but nothing too major. And I did have that rant in an earlier live stream where, I had a rant about the state of the gaming industry and how pathetic it was, really. How we are just unpaid beta testers. But I can't blame Giants for doing that because everyone does it. And they're a business, they need to make money. They obviously had a deadline. They wanted to get it ready for this time of year, because this time of year is when people start thinking about gifts, and I think Farming Simulator would be an awesome gift. What little boy and heck, some little girls want to drive tractors, Alright, let's go pick up the next lot. And once we've picked up the grass, we've got this hay to pick up. Fortunately, the weather forecast was fine all day, so we should be able to get this all done. So also some Fent weight packs were dropped off. I think there was a whole heap of sheds as well. Some cow barns, but I don't think they have pastures, so they would actually be quite good. On Zelonka I actually had the cows and the sheep in the pasture, eating the pasture, and with the Maize Plus mod and extended animal mod, the pasture was cows were able to actually breed and have milk, because you were able to change it and say that grass was as good as TMR. Which I think for where I live is realistic. It's not cheating. And what I emulated was, because of the cold climb, around here, cows stay out in the paddocks in winter time because we don't get snow, so they don't have to be sheltered. I guess we're a bit cruel and they get wet, but they don't have to be sheltered from the snow. Not like, I watched Tom Pendleton, and you watch the winter time, and it's pretty harsh up there, so it's understandable the cows go into the barn, and he looks after them in that barn. I emulated that in Zelonka. I had a barn that I would move the cows in. There was the herdsman stick mod, which was basically just a trailer that you could, an animal trailer that you could carry in your hand. But that sort of emulated, moving cattle from one paddock to another on foot, which is something that happens in real life. Not everyone uses a trailer. They'll, open a gate and have the cows herded along and herd them into another paddock. So that was an awesome mod, and I hope to see that in the mod hub soon. So I'm picking, what have we got? Maybe another 2-3 loads. And maybe 4. Looks like silage additive is holding out. Of course, we shouldn't use silage additive for the hay, I don't think, so right, that's all done. Let's drop this off and make some more silage. I like this way of doing things. It's a good system, I thought. Although I have to say the round balers aren't so frustrating now with the mod that stops the balers automatically and unloads. It used to be really frustrating, fill up and you'd be pulling forward a few meters, so then you have to reverse back, and it was just tedious. Probably more realistic, although I'm not sure, I'll admit I have never actually done hay baling with a round baler, so I don't know how it works. But I'm guessing that you get to a certain stage and then you just empty the bale out. It's sort of like, I guess there's sort of like no full or something like that. You just sort of, I don't know. Maybe I need to look it up on YouTube and have a look and see what it's like. If anyone's done round baling, would you like to let me know in the comments, how it actually all works? Is it like Farming Simulator where you just carry on until the pickup doesn't pick up anymore? Is that how you tell when a baler's full? Or do you just sort of have some sort of signal that says, hey, this bale's reaching its limit, so empty it out? I don't know. But like I say, if you've done real baling, let me know in the comments how it all works. Okay, we might get away with just one more down here. Maybe one and a little bit. We'll find out. And then we'll empty the baler out. I've got the mod that allows you to empty out a partial bale. I think that's realistic. I think you'd be able to empty out a reasonably full partial bale. Hey, once again, tell me in the comments if that's realistic. If that's realistic gameplay, or if that's just, Giants Farming Simulator gaminess, Yeah, there's a lot of portions in the game that are just, it's gamey. It's not a full-on simulator. It's not a hardcore simulator. But I think that's part of the charm. Usually the modders can make it a bit more realistic. I know I sort of never got into Terra Life as much. I did load the map once and had Terra Life running, but I never actually spent the time to get to know it. So it just seemed a lot of work to learn. As I've said before, I play the game to relax, to wind down. So let's see how this goes. I'm not sure if we'll get it all into one load or whether we need to come back and just scratch up a little bit. Yeah, so it's the start of the weekend for us here, so looking forward to that. Maybe I'll do some testing, and I definitely need to continue on with the New Frontier. Yeah, we got it all in one load, so that's cool. And the energy farm. Tempting to go. I'll be honest, actually, I've had a couple of false starts with it. I was actually running out of disk space and didn't realise it, and of course it stopped videoing and I was still going. So I've had to generate some more disk space and hopefully have enough space to load up or create a file. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how it goes. I have a feeling it will become more of a sleeping simulator. Maybe a little bit of forestry, but don't want to do too much forestry. Right, so that's all done. So let's hop into here. See how many bales we did. So we did 53. Interesting. So there we go, that's our answer. We're not able to double dip. The game picked up that we had silage additive already added and wasn't allowing us to double dip. enough to... I'm not sure we can actually empty this out. Oh yeah, we can. So we'll empty that out. Great, so what we want to do now is we want to reset the bale counter. Done. And we want to turn the bale wrapper off. I don't think we need to do that. I think it should be automatic with hay, but I'm not entirely sure, so I'm not really wanting to wrap hay up. So let's go and start collecting the hay and make some hay bales. So we're certainly getting through it. Yep. Else drop down off the table. There we go. Back up. Okay. So we're now picking up hay, and we shouldn't be using the silage. Okay, here we go. We've got our first load of hay. Let's see how that goes. So I hope you've been inspired to maybe try something new with the Goweil baler. It's something that I used a lot in one of the other mats I had. Right, let's see how this goes, what it does. It should just empty out the bale. Have we not turned it on? Probably helps if we turn it on. There we go. Okay, so the hay's been fed into the press. Should just go straight out. There we go. Perfect. So we've got hay going in. Now there is was the hayloft, which you can store loose hay, and we could have put a silage bunker in maybe, and picked up the silage and put it into a bunker. So you basically have loose silage then. But that's not really something that's done where I come from. Hay is always baled. Round bale or square bale. Hay is always baled. It's not left uncompressed. So I guess you sort of do what you normally do in the area that you live in. You see this big pile of windrow there would definitely have trouble picking up with the default pickup. So that mod is it's really good. It's really good. There we go. So we've got another load of hay. Let's go and drop it off. So I know the baler was quite expensive, but it was something that I wanted to try. I just wanted to try and see how it all worked. We know that we can't double dip the silage now because it won't add silage additive to grass that's already got it. So we know that now. Off camera I did actually test it, and it does make a difference. I was doing a pickup run in the same forage wagon just to test things out, and I definitely got further with the I went further without the silage additive than I did with the silage additive. I definitely finished earlier with that, and so was not picking up as much grass off the ground. So it was definitely going a bit further. And we don't double dip, so here we go. I don't have to test that, but I still would like to test to see if giants have increased the yield for second stage growth. I know they haven't reduced the yield for first stage, but it doesn't mean that the yield hasn't been increased for second stage. Not that they mentioned anything in the patch notes, but who knows. Now I'm still waiting for that furniture to pop out. Yeah, that wide pickup was good. That mod is awesome. So it doesn't widen it, too cheatingly. I can't pick up 2 rows. It just makes it slightly easier to pick up the 1 row. When I say slightly, a lot easier. Without that mod, I'd definitely be going back to pick up the little bits and pieces off that got left behind. So So we're going to be putting goats in next month, along with planting the rice. So we're going to have to look at buying a rice planter. So I'm keeping the paddies watered just to keep the weeds down. You know, I know I don't have to. I do like the reflection, and it's my story that I'm keeping the weeds down. That's my excuse for keeping the water in it. So it'll be a fun thing. I have not planted rice, so I planted long grain rice in another play that I haven't broadcast, and I've just about got to the stage where I can grab or harvest that, so that'll be interesting to see how that's harvested. I believe it's just with a standard combine harvester, so I don't think we need anything too special with that. I'm looking forward to that. Fortunately, got the fun job of having to pick up spinach first. I want to get the spinach done. And that's in the river bend map. So, like I say, it's one that I've been playing privately, just basically to get used to the game and that sort of thing. So, I wanted to do this one a little bit differently. I didn't want to follow the storyline. I just wanted to, do something a bit different. Like I say, I started off with nothing. Worked a few contracts to the point where I could buy some land, set up some greenhouses, and then after that I was able to wheel and deal a bit and got enough money with a loan to be able to purchase this farm. Doing some hard work with the silage, I was able to pay off the loan pretty quickly, was good. And now, I've got close to $1 million, which will come in handy for the water buffalo, because I do want to do the water buffalo. I've achieved what I wanted to do with the rice paddies. It was to buy field 3, split them into smaller rice paddies and put goats on the end. So I've achieved that. So it's just a matter of doing the water buffalo. I've done cattle before, so I think it'll be fun to try something different with the water buffalo. And being an Asian map, it makes sense that we've got water buffalo here. Well, apparently there are water buffalo in America, so it wouldn't be unheard of to have water buffalo in Riverbend Springs. So we'll just put this in, and so I think you get more hay into a bale than you do silage. So we might have a few less, but it will be interesting to see. Ideally, of course, it would be just great to do the whole field as silage and then the whole field as hay. It would make it a little bit easier instead of doing the half and half, but I think it worked out quite well. And there we ready to go again. I think we've got some product to sell. So that farmer's coming to pick up the on a regular basis. He picks up the lettuces and, well, sorry, the store owner, not farmer, the store owner. And so that's quite good. He's getting it at a good rate, but you know, he's carting it himself, so I think he deserved a good rate for that. And I've yet to go into the city when it's raining at night. I need to do that. Okay, not sure we got as much hay off of this, so maybe I didn't do exactly half, but hopefully we'll have enough to feed a few water buffalo. So I might put the automatic feeder in. It is reasonably expensive, but it could be neat to. It is neat to watch the robots, so you guys might like to watch it. Pick this up, and then we've just got that little bit to pick up there, and that'll be it for this cut. So it'll take a little while for that silage to ferment. Good as we can actually feed the cows silage directly. At least I hope you can with the automatic feeder. You know, not the automatic feeder won't do just silage, it needs the full TMR. So I'm hoping you might be able to just load up a bale, silage bale into the trough and work it that way. Right, let's just go and, I know we've got a bit left over, but we've got to come back. We've only got a little bit. So let's go pick that up. Yes, for a change, do a first person. And there's our... Right, so let's drop that down, turn it on. Okay, so there's about 4,000 litres in there. Need to run the fertiliser over that, fertiliser spreader. Now hopefully we can inject the silage. We can siphon the silage out and keep that for next time. And we can decide whether we want to put it into the... I guess we'll decide, do we want to do the... we want to purchase the haymaker or sorry, the baler, or do we just want to lease it? Not too sure. bales we got? Oh, 19, so quite a bit less. Okay, so what have we got? Yeah, so it's 5,500 litres of grass or silage, 6.5 litres of ground bale. So we've got 55. Yeah, I shouldn't do maths. Not good. So I think we've definitely got more grass than hay. Yeah, we've got maybe about 250,000 litres of silage. And 130,000 litres of hay. So we didn't quite do it halfway. Anymore. Okay, so let's hold this up. And hold it up. Okay. I'm not sure we can actually unload the silage additive. No, doesn't look like it, so I'm not sure we would have had enough silage additive for the whole field. Of course we will be changing things around. We'll make this whole field here for the water buffalo. Drop this off and then we'll go back and grab. So yeah, so we're going to be losing about 120 litres, 120,000 litres of silage additive. Now we know. For sure, if grass has got silage additive added to it, you're not going to add any more. Like I say, it's probably poisonous, or it would upset the cows to have too much silage additive in it. So drop that off and let's go back. yeah, we've had a successful day. It's only 12 o'clock and we've already baled. We've got silage being fermented. We've got hay waiting. So we might have to do a little bit of landscaping so we can divide off the paddock from the cow field. Or the grass field from the cow field. Maybe next cut we will make just a whole field of hay. Yeah, I think we should possibly buy the baler, but maybe not just at the moment. We'll see how much money we've got after we've built the cow shed and bought some cows, bought some water buffalo. And we've also got to buy the rice planter. I don't particularly want to lease that. So I can see the 967 going down very quickly. Looks like we paid a bit extra for the baler. It did work very well. I like the idea, like I say, we sort of emulated someone taking the bales off the baler and adding it to the pile. So I like that. Like having a worker. It's a nice bit of kit. And we jump out in third person, we can get an idea of the actual size of it. Yeah, so this was, I think this was a third-party mod in FS9, no, FS17. And then it was hard to find in FS19, I think. Look at the reflection in the paint. Right, so let's return these. Into vehicles, into leasing. Yes, job well done. And return. Yes, job well done. So yeah, we went just over the hour, so that was interesting. And that's why it cost us a bit extra. Okay, so let's jump in this. We'll have to bring the truck and pick up that silage additive that got left behind. Honestly, I did not realise it would take so little silage additive. So now we know. if we divide that field up, probably would have enough silage additive in the one machine, the 10,000 litres for the forage wagon for the entire field. So it would last a while, like there's 60,000 litres per pallet. What, it's 110,000 litres of silage additive. Yep, okay. We could be a while before we use all that up. So yeah, that looks quite good stacked up in there. Wasn't the mod I wanted to use, but it seems to have done the job okay. So I wonder if we've got any contracts that we might want to do, seeing we've still got the afternoon. Some bale wrapping. There's some fertilizing. There's some weeding. Okay, let's borrow those. Let's we'll grab the truck because we want to bring back the silage additive. We'll pick up the equipment for the weeding. Interesting to see how many of those seedling pellets we need. They definitely produced a few, so not sure how much they sell for. I don't think they sell for a lot. So I'm thinking we'll just use up what we've got and then sell the rest and start from scratch again with the rice seedlings. Interesting. It looks like YouTube Studio is definitely lagging behind the actual live stream. The image I'm seeing on YouTube Studio is definitely different to the image I'm seeing in the live stream, so that's interesting. Okay, so let's go and do some weeding. Interesting bit of machinery, this one. case 260. Those textures just aren't loading that quick, are they? Again. Up the top there, we go. Ooh, keep out the way of the cars. Going that way, so that's good. Gotta watch these cars, they dive out at you. Definitely have to watch these white vans. Man, they just don't stop. They scream around. So I have to find a small field in here for doing some testing with the grass. Start a new save and just put some money in and then make it do that. So yeah. Okay, so I'll pull out the weeds here and I'll make a start on this, but I won't ask you to watch me do some weeding. I know you guys have seen this all before, but I thought you might be interested in seeing how the Goweil stationary baler could be used. I thought that might be interesting to watch. So hopefully you found it interesting. You might have found an idea on how to use it. Yeah, I know it is reasonably expensive, but I think it can be worth it. Okay, so it's definitely pulling the weeds out. See the difference? The plants are still young enough that they can be driven over by the looks of it. Okay, so I think we'll call it a night there. I'll carry on with this contract and finish it off. But once again, thank you so much for watching this and for taking time out and spending some time watching it. I hope you've been able to learn something from it. If you have liked it, please hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. I've noticed the subscriber count is going up, so that's been really fun to see. I do I'm basically streaming as a little bit of extra fun for playing the game. I enjoy playing the game, and I just want to share that with other people, and to see that there are people that are willing to subscribe to my channel. It's just amazing and totally unexpected, and I do appreciate the subscriptions and the support that the community is showing me. I've only been going for a couple of weeks and I've been enjoying it, and I hope people have been enjoying the streams. It's a game that I play regularly, and something that I can stream as well. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, please like and subscribe. And until next time, I wish you all a good evening, a good morning, a good afternoon, a good day, wherever you are in the world. Until next time, bye.